Do you live in the US and want fast, fresh and tasty meals without the hassle of shopping or all that hard work preparation? Well, don't you worry, as a lazy man, I've got you covered. Try America's #1 meal kit service, HelloFresh, and get yourself fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered direct to your door. So why not eat well, stay healthy, and avoid the cost of regular takeout by trying HelloFresh? Just click the link in the description below for a special limited time discount and free shipping as well. Enjoy. Well, the January transfer window is open here in the Premier League, and that means there's one question ready to go. Let's play a game of who are we going to lose this month? We'll find the answer to that over the next couple of episodes, but in the meantime, we're going to turn our attention to the FA Cup and two crucial games against Bournemouth. And the reason I've picked them? Well, that means no senior goalkeeper, doesn't it? Yes, hello and welcome along to part 87 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today with the January window opens, which naturally means I'm absolutely petrified. We've got a double header as well away at Didier Deschamps' Bournemouth, a regular side in Europe. We faced them in the FA Cup and the Premier League where they are now resurgent, and we do it without the goalkeeper on loan from them, which basically means we're playing a lower league keeper. So if you're looking forward to seeing if there's any more outs, which based on the summer is probably not a good omen, and if there's any more ins of course, then please do put a thumbs up on it. We'll show you the schedule recently, which has been a bit of a mixed bag. But Guy Vaknin might have signed a new contract, which means he'll probably stop performing now, but more importantly, he might not be able to go for that release clause. So we'll have a look at all of that action, see what Dougie might be doing, and of course we'll keep an eye on the job centre, we have been doing so, and see if there's anything worth applying for. We've got another coaching badge on the way now, so it's a chance for us to go for some big ones in Europe. Let's go and see though how we've been doing since the last episode, because things haven't been too bad, albeit it's been goals galore at both ends of the pitch. So you were with me as we crashed back down to earth against Burnley and Leeds. It wasn't the best spell, but on reflection, I got a little bit irate. The Leeds game wasn't as bad as it looked. We probably should have won it. We did, though, get back-to-back wins after against Southampton by 2-1 with Guy Vaknin in the goals again, and a 6-3 win at home to rivals Brighton. 2 for Vaknin, 3 for Lewis, and 1 for Adolfo. It was a bonkers game of football. Could have been 8 or 9-5. Manchester United beat us comfortably, 3-0 in that one. And then the Chelsea game was really weird. We were 4-0 down after 47 minutes. We then came back and nearly equalised. We did get back-to-back wins after that, though, against West Ham with a Ribeiro brace and a late red card, which really helped us. West Ham had a great chance after getting one back. That red card, though, just knocked the stuffing out them as they were coming back into it. Against Luton away, we won by 1-0. Guy Vaknin with the winner against the bottom side. And then a 3-0 defeat against Villa was awful, but also not too unexpected over the festive period. Now it's back-to-back away at Bournemouth without our first-choice goalkeeper. And due to Jankovic being sold in the last window, we are down to Troy Higgins, who is this good. Not very at all. Positioning 9, composure and anticipation 9, and he is also, 1.5 star. What level do they actually say he is? Decent League 2 player. So we're going to be going into these games with a little bit of scepticism. I'm not sure we're going to be at our best. We've got an awful youth intake on the way. We've not got a lot to look forward to at Palace, and the transfer window is open. There's a couple of youngsters being discussed for ins and outs. Kuto has rejected a move away. He's out of contract at the end of the year, but otherwise nothing has happened. So we are going to keep a close eye on that because it can go very wrong quickly, as we saw last summer. And we are also going to keep a close eye on this job centre here. Some big jobs just starting to come under threat. The Luton job is up, but given where we are at the moment, is probably not the best move. And unfortunately, Luton are so far adrift that it just isn't going to happen. So there's no point swapping Premier League for Championship. If we'd both been struggling, I would have gone for it. For now, it's not the right move. On the job security front, though, there may be some really big ones coming up soon. We mentioned one of them in the last episode, which was Juve. That job is still insecure. Borussia Mönchengladbach, another 4.5 star club, the same. And Stuttgart, a 4-star club, the same in mid-table in the Bundesliga. So there's 3 jobs that could be really up for grabs. The Rangers one potentially coming again. They are 4th in the Scottish Premiership. and 9 points behind St Mirren in second, who, by the way, are absolutely flying with a very good team. But that's not for us to worry about now. We've got to try and stay in form. And in this game, I fear we're not going to be able to. We know the quality they've got. I think their best striker is injured, but the rest of their team is very good. They're going to get to Europe by the end of the year again. How have they been getting on in Europe, in fact? The Europa League phase they've done very well in. We'll see where they are. Yeah, they've got 16 points out of 18. So this is a very good team. Let's go and pick our 11, which, as you can see, is struggling with fatigue. But we've got 2 weeks off league games after this and a week off everything. So I'm not going to make drastic changes. We've been forced into the one in goal. It means Higgins will come in. Lewis is maybe fit, maybe not quite fit. But he'll definitely get in the squad given the fitness of the front two. Let's go and pick our 11, make the changes we need. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. So a few big decisions have been made on the fitness front. Firstly, the goalkeeper we've had to change. At the back, Rodriguez comes back in after his own knock. Pulido to the middle with Rodolfo getting a rest. Castro has to stay in. We've got no real replacement for him. Campbell is back to fitness, albeit not match fit. He's in on the left for Spasov, who has been really poor in recent weeks. And Chris Lewis is going to start for his 60 minutes. Ribeiro's not fully fit, neither is Vaknin, so I had to leave one of them out. Ribeiro can come on for either. If we're ahead or behind by a couple of goals, then Mancon can come on for Vaknin and give him a rest. But with a week off after, it's worth the risk. Our 11 in full is Higgins in goal. I'm petrified of that. We did win 4-0 at home to them though, so let's not get too pessimistic yet. Rodriguez and Mitchell are the fullbacks with Pulido alongside Tapsoba as centre-half. We've got Haynes and Campbell on the wings with Rothwell and Castro in between them. And then Vaknin alongside Lewis up front. Vaknin, I'm not sure if he signed the deal yet. He was potentially under a work permit decision. Yeah, he's provisionally agreed, but he's waiting. So we don't know how much that fee release goes up by. But at the moment, he can be nabbed for 40 million. We do not want that occurring. Let's go and get through to the first of our Bournemouth doubleheader. This is the bread and butter. It's the Premier League. We're currently in 8th place. We're going to drop away from Europe now. But can we stay in that top half and well clear of relegation danger? Let's go and find out with the Premier League's top scorer half fit in the side. It's Bournemouth v Palace and Guy Vaknin. We need more heroics. I've got to be honest, this is the sort of thing that annoys me because it looks like Bournemouth are resting players for this game. Esnault, who they signed from us in the summer, we know is world class, not in a team. Gonzalo Inacio, star youth player in FM who becomes a superstar, not in the starting 11. The number 9 and best striker on the bench as well. They are resting superstars for this one. So maybe it gives us a chance, but if we're 2 goals up late on, it means the game's not over. They've got Wrench, they've got Lavia, who we know is quality. Josh Doig and De Ketelaere, we know are both good as well. So let's just go and get into it. Can we cause an upset? Can we break the pressure? Let's go and find out. Into the first half we go. Well, we're back just 7 seconds after the kickoff, and that's not a particularly good sign normally, is it? Rothwell with a big chip over the top. Shano gets there, the defender, and the goalkeeper plays it out comfortably. Lavia picks it up in a holding role, gives it away to Vaknin. He gets it wide to Mitchell. Can we get on the front foot? Tyrick Mitchell then gives it away. Some really scrappy play at the start here. And Rothwell wins it in the middle again to Vaknin. Puts in Lewis one-on-one. Has to score. 39 seconds on the clock. And Chris Lewis, he's onside. There is no doubt about that. VAR will check, but the goal is awarded. Bournemouth 0, Palace 1. That's the start we were looking for. We're back just a few minutes later as Bournemouth get on the front foot, though Tapsoba does all right with it. Mitchell to Pulido, back to his keeper. Higgins takes no risks and just hoofs it long. Lewis will chase it but doesn't get there. Then switch to Doig on the left-hand side of the fence. Back to Schiano and now into midfield. Castro nicks it high. I'd love a 3-goal lead so we can take people off. But look at Castro, ran out of legs there. And back comes Lavia to win it. As the centre-half plays out to Lavia again. The Ketelaere over the top. They'll chase it. But it's through to Troy Higgins. The less shots he faces, the better for us today. And here he is with a big kick over. Can we get on the end of it? Vaknin loses out. We're seeing a lot of this game. Wrench goes back to Amy. And into midfield for Lavia. And over halfway it goes. They're on the front foot. They're pushing at us now. They've got to come out and play. But Tyrick Mitchell does well. Forces him back. Over the top to Satriano. Cross in to De Ketelaere. And it's 1-1. 6 minutes gone. It didn't take long, did it? Bournemouth back on terms. And even with changes, well, they're still pretty good, aren't they? Well, we just can't catch a break here. We're 12 minutes in and Bournemouth are on the front foot again. Mitchell picks it up at left back and we're keeping it well. But the big punch from the goalkeeper, who's not comfortable with his feet, you can clearly see that. They are causing us harm as Lavia finds De Ketelaere. Good challenge again. Castro gets it wide to Hames. Play Vaknin in. Took too long. Speed it up. We know you're capable of that. Adiinka gets it in the middle. Vaknin forces him back, but how long can we get him doing shuttle runs? Not for long, I imagine, is the answer. Satriano plays to Lavia. We look so open here. Through ball to Okafor. Defence parts again. Higgins, to be fair to him, it was not convincing, but he kept the ball out. And now we can counter. But Bournemouth starting to have all the shots. They're the better side at the minute. Don't know what happens with this touchline tablet every time. Let's encourage them, though. We're doing all right. But at the minute, Bournemouth look the more likely. And that first minute dream start is fading away as Vaknin nicks it high up the pitch to Rodriguez. Nice ball over the top to him. Cross to Lewis. Is he onside? Doesn't matter. Tipped onto the post by the keeper. And the flag does eventually go up. Stays 1-1. But we're a threat on the counter. And with 5 to the break, I'd have probably taken this. Well, there we are at half-time. No doubt Bournemouth have had the slightly better of it. They keep the ball better. They have more of the attacking territory. But we're in this game. And bar Vaknin and Castro, no one should really be knackered in this team. So we'll keep an eye on it for 10 more minutes. But they will be early subs. It's just whether I go Ribeiro or Mancon now. I think I might risk Ribeiro, although both strikers are struggling. So let's do them both. We'll go Ribeiro alongside Mancon up front. I don't think he scored yet, has he? No, he hasn't. 6 sub-appearances, no goals. This is your opportunity. Castro is a big one to replace. We're going to go Rothwell box-to-box or ball winner. And then in midfield with him, we're going to go for, I think, Gerardo. And then Spazov will replace Campbell on the left, again building his fitness up. And Mitchell off for Kerim. Bit of a gamble at this period to leave no subs at half an hour to go. We'll see if we can get in it. We need a first goal for Mancon today. If ever there's a time to step up and be a star, this could be the one. As Satriano to Okafor must have been offside. Doesn't matter anyway, it's out. They're bringing on some of the stars now. Inacio on in defence. Quality players joining the pitch. And look now, Esnault's on as well. Let's encourage. We're doing all right. But the subs aren't confident. And with 15 to go, Bournemouth are getting on top. After 1 minute, it looks so good. But at this point, I'll take a draw. It's a great effort from the lads. As Kerim throws in on the left. Can they rest people in the cup so we can have a chance, please? Ribeiro into Rothwell. Poor first touch, so he wins it back to Mancon. Oh, just wide. That was the chance, and he's a good finisher. You'd expect him to take those snapshots. But he's not in confident form. It's wide of the post. And we might have to settle for a draw, albeit we're finishing a stronger. With 3 minutes of stoppage time up, it is Bournemouth 1, Crystal Palace 1. And you know what? That's not a bad result. After the Villa performance, with a few of the players tired, I'm happy to take that. Back in a minute to face the same team in the FA Cup. With a week to go before then, though, we could lose half a team. Who knows? Well, it's FA Cup time, and I'd really quite like a run in this competition, to be honest. But whether we're going to get it is a different question with the same tough opposition coming up. We might, though, have a genuine addition to the squad. And again, it is one of those over-the-hill signings. It is one of those cheap ones to tick over. It is a genuine position we haven't got a backup. And at the minute, with Joey Keating possibly going out on loan, his replacement might be Leandro Barreiro from Bayern Munich. He is 33. It's about 5 million quid and 50 grand a week. He's a proper experienced pro. He's had a wonderful career. And he's a genuine ball-winning midfielder. So when we have those continuing issues with Luigi Castro's fitness, we've got a sub who can actually come on. We've got a game where we're 2 up or we're 2 down. We can bring someone on and just see it out. So that might be a big sign-in. We'll wait and see if it comes off. We're looking at the job centre again a week later. Nothing yet of the top level. But on the job security front, no longer insecure is the Juve one, but Newcastle might be on the horizon. So we'll go and see if that job comes up later in the month. But for now, through to the fixtures we go. Bournemouth versus Palace. The Guy Vaknin new contract has been signed. It has no release clause as well. So hopefully that's a good sign for now too. Looking at their team, it looks like they're going stronger. The stars are back in. No Esnault again. But Inacio's in. Plitko the striker's in. This is going to get tricky, isn't it? Let's go and get through to the second game today. Is anyone fit that wasn't before? I think we're going to bring Rodolfo back in as Zalewski's pick up a knock. He will replace Pulido at left centre half. And otherwise, there's no point making a change because Lewis is building his fitness. Him and Vaknin did really well last time. The only other change I'm going to make, or was tempted to make, is Spasov in on the left wing for Campbell, but Campbell's been one of the players of the season and I have to back him. So the only change is Rodolfo. We're into our first FA Cup game of the season, but away against Bournemouth's first team, this is going to be incredibly difficult. Well, 6 changes for Bournemouth from the last game against us. We know they've brought in more quality than they had before. We're going to get into the first half and drop to a balanced mentality because I don't want to get overrun too much. I just find it funny. He must have picked up a knock, Esnault, because he's not even in the squad. That can't be right. Let's have a look at them. Albeit their other defenders are pretty good. If we look at him, he's on 300 grand a week, that guy. Where on earth is Esnault? Is he injured? No, he's suspended. So he's suspended. They've got 3 or 4 other injuries. This might be a chance because their bench is weak, but their first 11 is brilliant. Let's go and get through the tunnel interview into our first FA Cup game of the season. We're back with a Bournemouth goal kick. About 12 minutes in, it's through to Rothwell, who's sweeping very deep there. Hames gives it away in midfield to Doig, and he's got the chance to come forward. We've been a little bit more lax in possession, probably since the last episode with Burnley and Leeds, and that's why we've let in more goals. This time we've cost ourselves, but it is deflected over the bar. We get away with that one. He's out for a corner. Bournemouth will deliver the corner. An in-swinger from Fisher to the front post. Taps over, heads away. Okafor brings it down again. Good challenge from Jimmy Campbell. He'll clear the ball downfield. We had players up there, but didn't make the most of it. 15 gone, still goalless. And with nearly a quarter of the game gone, we're back on the right-hand side. It's a big ball forward from Rodriguez, but it's headed away easily to Mitchell. He gets to the byline himself. Deflects. Nearly causes the keeper a problem at his near post there. Tips it wide, does pretty well in the end. It's a corner kick, which will be taken by Jimmy Campbell. In-swinging delivery. We've got players in there. Can any of them win it? No, it's too close to the keeper. Not a good corner at all. And that is our first chance gone. We've had a couple of shots on target, but we haven't seen them. With half an hour gone, I'm happy with where we are. It's just whether we've got enough of a goal threat. And at the minute, we're not getting on the attack enough. 10 minutes to the break. Still 0-0. Well, apparently, Ben Hames has been the best player on the pitch, and all we've seen him do in a highlight is give the ball away on the halfway line. So let's go and get into the second half. We're well and truly in this cup tie, and if we can compete with clubs like Bournemouth at the minute, it shows we're in a rich vein of form and confidence. At the hour mark, though, we're probably going to have to look at changes, because Campbell and the front two haven't been great. We know Lewis isn't fully fit yet, and Bournemouth have already made their 5 changes, so maybe we hope for them to get an injury. As Higgins' goal kick is headed away, Rothwell punts it forward, but Lewis loses out. And here is Minjay on the right-hand side. Over halfway. Carried forward towards Petronic. And Adeyinka, good through ball. This is the difference in quality. But the shot goes just wide. We get away with that one. The changes are going to be made. And again, Tyrick Mitchell having a poor game at left-back. We're struggling in the front line again. But Campbell switches it to Rodriguez. And this is a chance for us to get on the front foot. Here he goes, Rodriguez, getting down the right. Towards the byline he goes. Chance to cross. Lewis is in there, so's Vaknin. It's a great save by the goalkeeper. Tip wide for a corner kick. It's an outswinger this time. There's 2 at the back post. 3 running in the middle. Rodolfo's up, but he can't win it. And Hames will keep it in on the left. Time for changes, I think. But can we make something of this one? Rothwell forced backwards. Rodriguez wide to Hames. Cross in early, but it's a poor one. It's brought away. We're going to make the subs now. I'm looking at Lewis. He's struggling a little bit. Ribeiro on for him. I'm going to take Mitchell off for Kerim at left back. And in midfield, I'm going to take Rothwell off for Gerardo. Jimmy Campbell for Spasov is the 4th. We've got 1 remaining in case of injury. 20 minutes to go. 0-0's a good effort. Maybe a replay at home gives us a chance, but I'd rather not have the extra game as Spasov takes the free kick. And Rodolfo heads in at the back post. Great intervention from the substitute. It's a wicked delivery. And it's a rare contribution from him this season. He's learning the language. He's learning the position. But he doesn't need to learn how to take a set piece. Castro struggling again. You can see why I want competition there. But let's get Vaknin off. He's struggling a bit. Mancon again on up front. Chance to get his first goal for the club yet again. We're 10 to go. We are smash and grabbing a 1-0 at Bournemouth. And in the FA Cup, I know they've got injuries. This would be a great result. With 3 minutes of stoppage time to go, I think you can forgive me for time wasting. We're just going to time waste all the time, lower the tempo, maybe not even be more disciplined, just slow the pace down. We're not going to go crazy. We're not going to go and sit on the edge of our own box. We just want to take a bit more time over things. With 3 minutes of stoppage time to go, the FA Cup run is well and truly alive. Do you know what? That's a pretty good episode in my books. A draw in the league, a win in the FA Cup, and away at a very good opposition, they are two excellent results. We now should have a comfortable week off. Let's go and finish by seeing who we get in the next round. And you never know, there might even be some big jobs up as well. It's not a lucky year, is it? Manchester United at home, second in the Premier League, one of the few sides that will beat us comfortably. Just saw Chippenham had Chelsea in the third round as well. But we are definitely going out next time around. We'll keep our eye out for jobs, hopefully signings to at least help us while we're here. But let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. And I think after what happened last time, it would be rude of me not to show you deadline day. We know we're comfortable in the league now, so I don't really need to worry about that. And with the games coming up where it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag, let's just come back for transfer deadline day, see what Dougie can do if we're still here, and then we'll show that United game in the FA Cup. Of course, if there's any job news in the meantime, we'll be back for it. But for now, the plan is deadline day with Dougie, Manchester United in the Cup. Is the run going to be over before it begins, or are we going to cause another shock? If you're looking forward to finding out and you did enjoy those two really hard-fought results against Bournemouth, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you think Dougie will do for the rest of the month. Looks like he's still budget shopping again, despite the fact there's a fair amount of money in the kitty. But he doesn't want to use it all on one player. So we're going to get a few golden oldies and youngsters who aren't anywhere near first team level. But let me know in the comments how you think it will finish. Will another job come up? Will we get the chance to get it? Or are we going to have to wait and see out this season? Overall, we've been brilliant, but now Guy Vatnin signed that new deal. We know the goals are surefire going to dry up. If you want to stay up to date and see if I'm right and what Dougie does on deadline day, then subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back here in a couple of days' time to find out. But in the meantime, it is an unmissable finish to the Build a Nation season. You can find yesterday's doubleheader up in the eye above. It's huge. You've got to watch it if you haven't already. And we will be back tomorrow with another big one there. As well as that in the eye above, there's the Twitch channel, the football podcast, and of course the blog story too. Thank you very much for watching. Your support as always is greatly appreciated. But is it going to be enough to keep Dougie in line? I doubt it based on past experience. I'll see you next time to find out.